video is sponsored by HelloFresh. You guys know we love HelloFresh, and we're actually heading out on an RV trip, but that's okay because HelloFresh is actually great for camping. So if you don't know what HelloFresh is, it's a meal kit delivery service. They deliver boxes directly to your front door. It's super convenient, super simple, and we love it. HelloFresh makes it easy to have eating delicious food part of your weekly routine. And we love that you can take the food you get in the box delivered to your house directly out onto a camping trip. It's so simple. It cuts out on all of that meal planning and grocery shopping time when you're heading out for a great adventure because everything is in this bag, already pre-measured and ready to make a really yummy meal. So I personally don't like cleaning up dishes when I'm camping, so HelloFresh makes it super convenient with their awesome one-pot recipes. So today we're making maple glazed pork chops. Now, to have these meals at home is always amazing, but to have them on the road when you're camping, it's just gourmet.
Something I really like about HelloFresh is that it is farm to fork goodness. It always has fresh ingredients, and they're responsibly sourced ingredients as well, which is important.
You guys, it is so easy to manage your subscription. You can do classic, veggie, or family style. You can put your account on hold for weeks at a time, or just get those meals and bring them with you while you're on the road and camping.
Yeah. All right, let's dig in. That looks so good. Sweet potato is your favorite. As you guys know, we love HelloFresh. We've been signed up for over a year now, and we love it. We still get excited when we get our boxes. The food is amazing. Cooking it is really easy. It's just all around great, and it gives us more time to be with our family and do things that we love, like camping and hiking. And if you guys want to try HelloFresh, just click that link down in the description. You can also get $60 off. That's $20 off for your first 3 boxes. Just go to HelloFresh.com and enter the promo code Steps to Wander 60.
Baby, we're children of summer, we're meant to be free. Honey, we're not like the other, no reason to be.
All right, you guys, so we love eating on the road, but we also love camping at campsites for free.
Yeah, obviously we're trying to save money on this trip. It's not always working, but we did want to share with you, a lot of you guys were interested in how we find free campsites, and Corbin has discovered a lot of good resources we wanted to share with you.
Yeah, so there's a couple different options when you are camping for free. One of them, I'll go through all of the different options, and then I'll say the main resource that we use on the road. So one of the things you can do is you can stealth camp, which if you have a smaller RV or camper van, you can do in the city. I'm not recommending it because in some cities it is illegal, but we have done it in certain situations where we just parked our van. It was more in the Wander Wagon. It wouldn't really work for bigger RVs like this just because someone's obviously gonna see it taking up a huge amount of space on the road. But we did do it when we had a camper van. It's not the best. You have to be kind of quiet. You have to make sure you don't disturb people. We really just use it if we need an overnight stay. Like we're driving, we have to crash somewhere overnight, rest, so that we drive safely and then move on the next day. Another thing that you can do, which you can do with bigger RVs and smaller vehicles, is stay in Walmart parking lots, truck stops, and Cabela's.
Yes.
The positive about Cabela's is sometimes they even have RV dumps. And fresh water. Remember that one? It is a small fee, or you go in and buy something at Cabela's. Walmart, it's not all Walmarts where you can do this. Most Walmarts you can. We found that the Walmarts in the nicer neighborhoods usually have a no overnight parking sign.
But then also the same goes for like those communities that are like really less fortunate. They tend to have those as well.
Yeah, and they have, you'll tell because some have like security guard, armed security guards standing outside. And
one of the pros about Walmart is that they tend to have Wi-Fi. And usually sometimes you can pick it out. You have to like drive around sometimes to find it. But we have definitely spent multiple nights. Either we get to watch Netflix, which is kind of fun occasionally, or we've gotten no, not on this trip. We haven't stayed at any Walmarts, but watch Netflix or just like gotten work done because we've been able to connect to the Walmart Wi-Fi.
Just parking at Walmart, just make sure you park like near the back so you don't take up a ton of parking spots, just to be courteous. And we always go to Walmart and shop and get things at Walmart every time we stay at a Walmart.
One of the cons obviously is you're staying in Walmart. That's not
Yes.
exactly a scenic area. You're not connecting to nature or anything. It's
Yeah.
more of like a convenience thing. You get to stay there for free. It's really, really convenient when you're like going like long distances and you have destination sites you want to go to versus like, I don't know, like we would never, yeah, we probably won't stay in a Walmart for this trip
Yeah.
unless there's like a very specific situation that comes up.
Walmarts are a lot like stealth camping, but for RVs.
Yeah.
It's just a free overnight spot, and you just stay the
Along
night and
your
go.
trip.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Another negative about Walmart, sometimes they repaint the parking space lines
That
at
happened
night.
to us.
That happens at like 3 a.m. And it actually is really funny because one time we stayed at one Walmart, they started painting them. So we moved to another Walmart across town, and then they went there and started painting them. So we had to move like 3 times that night. It was not fun. You can do truck stops. The truckers apparently don't really like the RVs. That's just what we've been told. I don't know if that's actually true.
Yeah, we don't know for sure. The cons about staying in a truck stop, besides potentially upsetting the truckers, we don't know if that's true, but it can be very loud.
Yeah.
Those trucks are super loud. You're probably not going to get the best night's sleep there. But a pro is that the truck stops tend to have showers.
Yeah.
So you could go in, you can take a shower. Sometimes they even have laundry. So there's convenience that way, but you're probably not going to get a very good night's sleep there.
And they sometimes have Wi-Fi at truck stops as well.
Yeah.
Okay, so we talked about parking lots and truck stops and all that. Another kind of section for free camping is public lands. So on BLM land, and always check your local laws and just check to make sure that this is all legal. On most BLM land, you can stay for 14 days in the same spot, and it's fine. It's public land. You can camp there. There's certain rules and regulations in some different areas. I know Forest Service as well. You can stay for free, but that's usually up in the mountains. I think that's 21 days. I don't know. Just check your public land. And then in Canada, there's Crown land. You can always go online, check to see if it's legal, because every area is different.
One of the pros about staying on public land is it does tend to be usually in nature. You can find some really cool spots, and it's like very secluded. You probably have it to yourselves, or just a few other people are out there who might have found the spot as well. There's very, very rarely any amenities. Sometimes somebody will put like a pit toilet out there. Sometimes there might be water, but
Fire rings.
or a fire ring or something, but it's very, very primitive. So you're mostly going to be totally boondocking or dry camping if you're out on public lands.
Yeah. Okay, so we've talked about road camping for free. We've talked about parking lots and truck stops. We've talked about public lands. Another option that you can do, and it's not technically free, it's kind of free, is Boondockers Welcome. The Boondockers Welcome is actually this community of RVers and van lifers who have said, hey, I have this spot in my driveway or on my property. I am willing to host RVers and van lifers that are traveling, and you can stay overnight on my property for a certain amount of time. You can run certain amenities. Some let you run generators, and some actually even have hookups like water, electric. We always try to like visit with the people if they're letting us stay there for free. We visit with them. We I don't know, we try to do something to give back to them just because they are letting us stay on their land. We did that a lot with our van life, and especially in Canada we did it. But that is boondockerswelcome.com. That is another resource.
One of the awesome pros about Boondockers Welcome is that you're really connecting with locals. So they're going to be able to tell you like all the local spots. They're going to give you like all that inside information that you wouldn't have as like a tourist or traveling through. And it's really fun to hear people's stories because they are most likely hosting other RVers or van lifers or just travelers because they've done their own traveling and they appreciate like the community. So
Yeah.
we've definitely heard some awesome stories from people who have lived similar lifestyles or who really just enjoy traveling and living on the road.
Yeah, and there's not many negatives to Boondockers Welcome. I would just say maybe some people don't, if you're like living spur of the moment, some people don't do same day reservations. There's a lot of people that actually do same day reservations, but that's only kind of a negative, but it's really cool. I like Boondockers Welcome.
I do too. I think a potential negative or con could be is like it just kind of depends on what you have planned, because sometimes like we're like really busy and we don't really have time to like
Yeah.
sit down and
Visit
get to know
and-
people,
yeah.
or like we just have a lot of other plans and we feel rude just like parking there and leaving. So
Yeah, that's
you
true.
kind of have to just like make sure, I don't know,
It's kind of an experience.
you have to fit it into, it has to fit the schedule or the plan of
Yeah.
whatever's going on at that time.
So you're probably wondering, how do I find all these places?
Mm-hmm.
So for the public lands especially, we use freecampsites.net. We've used that so many times. You can go on there. It's a map. It shows all the free ones, even some pay campsites. And we use that almost daily, or when we're going to a new stop, I always check that site because sometimes there's really good free sites. A lot of the time we've stayed at the coolest campsites and they were on freecampsites.net.
Yeah. The thing about freecampsites.net is like, yes, it's this awesome resource. It actually gathers pretty much all of these different sites. It will tell you like truck stops, it'll tell you Walmarts, it'll tell you public lands. Like it's gonna have it all in one place for you. But it's not necessarily updated. So
Or accurate.
sometimes you'll have a spot and it's been reviewed like 5 years ago and you don't really know what the conditions are going to be, or it might be hard to find the exact location, or you have to kind of just like, it's like a gamble.
Yeah.
Sometimes there's really good reviews, it's a really well-known spot and you know exactly where you're going, but a lot of the times it's just like, well, this person said it was okay here, so I guess I'm gonna go.
Yeah, and sometimes that's outdated, and the directions are usually by GPS coordinates, which Google Maps can do that. You just copy and paste it in. But like in Banff, we were going to stay at this spot, and they had put up a sign that said no overnight parking.
Right.
So you never know what you're going to get. You always want to, I always have like 3 backups. So I have like the prime spot, and then a backup, and then a backup to the backup, just to make sure we have a place to stay.
Yeah. That's the thing. It's like sometimes you're gonna like win the jackpot. It's gonna be this incredible spot and it's totally free and you're like, this is amazing.
Yeah.
And then sometimes you're gonna get there, find out it's not a place where you can stay, and you're gonna have to do a lot of extra driving trying to find what you're
Right.
looking for.
Yeah. That is how we find all of our places to stay. I hope that helps some of you guys a little bit. We'll have links down in the description of all the things we talked about. But yeah, we love camping for places free. We also stay at like cheap campsites, like I would say $15 and under. Then we're like, okay, let's do it for a couple nights just to like fill up our tanks and stuff. We don't always free camp. We try to free camp as much as possible, but
Yeah, I would say overall, like we always are looking for free campsites, but you have to think of like what is the priority of that time of the trip. So like in Banff and in Jasper National Park, we didn't free camp at all, and that's because all of the free campsites were really far away.
Yeah.
So we would have been doing so much extra driving, it didn't feel like it was worth it. And then other places where like we don't have plans to go on like these hikes in the national parks, it doesn't really matter where we are, and we can just look for a beautiful place out
and like
in the middle of
the
nowhere.
place we stayed last night, there's like a trail down to a waterfall, and like some of these places are amazing.
Yeah.
Those are kind of the pros and cons and how we find all our places. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If it helps you out, or you know someone that will, be sure to share it with them. Give it a thumbs up. Comment down below if you have any other free resources, free campsite resources. And subscribe to our channel because we do new videos every day. And we'll see you guys tomorrow.
Be where your feet are.